be 100 of them in here.
Yeah, well, just by the couple I've read, it's not going to take much more than a glance to tell the creeps who wants a reward from maybe somebody who's legit.
Good morning.
Hi, Viki.
Oh, morning, honey. Look at this stack. There's letters from people in 20 different states, all claiming to have seen Becky.
That's incredible.
Oh, and there'll be some more today, too. Mostly like this one. You know, the addresses are my favorite. Providence, Rhode Island. The plane landed in Arizona, and they claim Becky is traipsing across some lawn in Rhode Island.
Well, I don't envy you the chore of going through all these. I wish I could help, maybe later. You see, I am going to be holed up the whole time now, wrapping Christmas presents with the boys.
Ah, well, 'tis the season and all that.
Ho, ho. Ho.
All right, Tina. That one goes in the ditch at Stack, but something like that from the area where the plane went down absolutely cannot be ruled out.
But it might be legit.
How's it going?
My stomach is in knots.
Likewise. Maybe we should take a break. Get your Christmas wrapping done, eh?
Oh, ho, ho, ho. Are you going to be one surprise daddy on Christmas morning? Wait till you see the special present that the boys made for you.
Made for me? I wonder if it's anything like the one they made for you. I am going to the library and call Briggs, make sure everything's going all right at the paper.
Okay, honey. Well, I suppose I could pitch in and help here.
Well, speaking of the paper, I had an interesting conversation with Mr. Bottomley yesterday.
Oh?
Are you absolutely sure that my mother and Spencer Fairbanks never dated?
Tina, I told you they were writing colleagues, nothing more.
Well, Mr. Bottomley says, and I quote, that they were quite an item that summer.
Really? Well, I can't imagine why.
Well, he said it without being provoked, and I just feel like, why would an old man who runs the Banner Morgue know something like that, and you don't?
I don't know. Maybe Mr. Bottomley is wrong.
No way. He was too sure. I just want to understand why, since you're my mother's best friend and you worked with both of them at the paper, why you didn't know something like that.
I really don't know, which is why I think it's probably a mistake.
Yeah, me.
Tina, for heaven's sake, stop.
Well, they dated, and I was conceived that summer.
I don't believe for 1 second that Spencer Fairbanks is your father.
Well, hey, why are you getting so emotional about it? Why are you so absolutely certain it isn't true?
I don't know. I can't even give you a reason. It's a feeling. Everything in me tells me it's preposterous.
I guess I'll just have to find the guy, and we'll find out how preposterous it is.
Okay, let's say he's your father. What then?
Well, I'm not going to run into his arms yelling Daddy, but it would answer some questions. I need my heritage. I spent too much time wandering around feeling like a nobody because I thought I was a murderer's daughter.
Look, I'm sorry for your pain.
And I'm sorry for all the pain I've caused you and everybody else. And I want it to stop. And hey, if Spencer Fairbanks isn't my father, maybe he knew who my mother did date. Either way, I can't afford not to follow up on that lead.
All right. In the meantime, let's concentrate on tracking Becky down, shall we?
Prepare to become depressed.
Tina, I called Bo while I was at it. He's on the phone. He'd like to speak to you.
Oh, thank you. Excuse me.
Something wrong?
I don't even know.
Tina say something to upset you?
Darling, it is this frantic search for her father. It hit some sort of a nerve in me. I feel all kinds of... I'm just so impatient with her, and I don't even know why. I can't explain it.
Honey, relax. I mean, if nothing else, it keeps her busy and out of trouble. Huh? You get a chance to read any of these?
No, I was about to. What are we going to do if we don't hear anything about Becky? I mean, is Asa just going to spend the rest of his life believing that she's alive and that one day she's going to come home?
I'd like you to read that.
The National Intruder? Is there life after death killer's daughter? Michelle Bowden.
No, just read the article, honey.
Why?
Please read the article. Not for content, but for style. Now, Dean Stella knows there's an opening at the Banner, and he's applied for the job. Now, despite the sensationalism, the fellow's got some talent.
Okay, I'll grit my teeth and I'll read it.
Okay, now, I'm off with the boys to buy your Christmas present.
Oh.
I might have to chip in a little. It seems that the two of them only managed to save 75 cents out of their allowance.
Oh, you better chip in a lot. Goodbye.
See ya.
Spencer Fairbanks. $2,750,000 pledged to renovate the theater. Well, David will be delighted.
Not bad for one night's work, but still, we've got a lot further to go.
Tell me something, Dorian. How did you manage to get $2 million from Alex Crown?
I simply asked him.
You didn't by any chance offer to do or not to do something in return for that money, did you?
Viki, of course not. For goodness sakes, I just asked him, and out of the goodness of his heart, he gave me the money the same way he said that he wanted the theater named for Victor.
I was very touched by that. I'm very surprised, too. Most men would have wanted it named for themselves, wouldn't you think?
Yes, but Alex Crown is not like most men.
So I gather from what I've heard.
You know, actually, it's quite a paradox. He's such a charming, cultured man, and yet I've no idea why his son is so against him.
Oh, come on, Dorian. You know perfectly well how hard it is to get children to accept your values.
Yes. I wish Cassie had never met the boy. Cassie's so innocent, so vulnerable. She's just a girl, really. And first loves are so important.
And Cassie is so normal for her age.
I don't want my daughter to be normal.
What does that mean?
I want her to be exactly like I would be if I were her age, knowing everything that I know now.
Dorian, that's ridiculous.
I don't think it's ridiculous. And if you had a daughter,
I brought in the mail. Morning.
Good morning, honey. Thank
Morning,
you.
Tina.
Thank you.
how nice to see you. You know, we didn't have a chance to chat at the ceremony of Lord Manning.
Oh, I knew you were busy.
I wanted to congratulate you.
Oh, why?
Because I think you've shown a lot of nerve and courage coming back here to town, especially after all that bad publicity your father got.
Oh, Dorian, for heaven's sakes.
Why? What did I say, Viki?
Oh, Viki, it's all right. I'm flattered Dorian thinks I have as much nerve as she does. Actually, Ted Clayton wasn't my father at all.
He wasn't. I see. Well, no wonder you came back here with your head held high. Do you know who your father is?
No, I don't right now, but I'm trying to track down a man named Spencer Fairbanks, who my mother once dated.
Mr. Fairbanks. Does that sound familiar?
Do you know him?
I can't quite recall, but if I do, I'll let you know.
What time was this plane due in?
They figured about 8:30, honey.
Well, they should be here by now.
Well, they probably got held up in airport traffic.
Oh, your father must be absolutely destroyed to have his hopes built up like that. And it is so cruel. It's much worse than extorting money. To tell a man his wife is still alive when obviously she... And what happens to baby Drew now? The prospect of him being raised by Asa with Bo around.
Sounds like you're here, honey. Oh, we're so sorry.
No long faces. I mean that. A real nice memorial for Becky Lee. With beautiful music. She'd like that.
I think she would, Asa. Would you like me to arrange it for you?
Yes, I would like that.
Good. I'd be happy to.
Thank you. You're a very nice woman, Clint. Those two were a real big help to me. Stopping an old man from going over the edge.
Oh, boy, you were doing the only thing you could do.
Yes. If I hadn't gone to that godforsaken town in New Mexico and hadn't found out for myself. Where's my boy? I gotta see Drew.
He's upstairs with Kevin and Joey. Mrs. Woodruff is with them.
I'll be right back.
I don't believe that.
Is he going on nerve or what?
Well, I think he's finally accepted the fact that Becky Lee is gone.
Yeah, well, what else could he do after New Mexico?
Was it just another con job?
Pure and simple. Well, it was a husband and wife. Apparently, they'd done a lot of reading about Becky Lee, and they got together, came up with a pretty convincing lie.
Yeah, but I don't see how they expected Asa to turn over that money without having Becky Lee there.
Well, I guess they just planned on just hightailing it there at the last second. Anyway, Pa swore out a complaint, and after that, he was a whole new man. Yeah. You know, you wouldn't believe it. On the plane, he started conducting some business there. Trip home.
Miss Woodruff took good care of you. You look real good. You know something? You look real. Oh, Drew, I'm so glad to see you. I really am. Look at this thing. Look at this. Oh. Well, I tell you.
Hello, Drew.
Oh, you look at this little guy. Any father be blessed to have a son like him. And I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to raise you just like Becky Lee wanted you. With a whole world of love. But I'm not going to coddle you, Drew. No coddling.
Pa, how you doing? You're going to have to excuse me. I got a little lady that's waiting for me right now.
I've called her. I told her you were on your way.
Thanks a lot.
Okay.
Thank you, Vicky. Paul, I'm going to be giving you a call in the morning, okay? You just take it real easy.
Oh, no need to worry about me, Bo.
Yeah, well, I'm going to call you in the morning.
Good night, honey.
Night, folks.
Night, Bo. Oh, I promised Lucinda I'd give her a buzz, too.
Oh, sure, you go ahead. I hope you know you got to hang around a couple more weeks, Judd.
Yeah, well, I'll use the phone in the den.
Okay. Asa, would you like me to put this big boy to bed for you before we go?
Well, thank you, Vicky. I think I'd like to do it.
Okay. See you later, Munchkin.
Let's get the boys, huh?
You know something? We're going here. You know something, Drew? I know you want you.
What are you doing, Tina?
Oh, hi. I came in here to find out. I ran out of notepaper. I thought you might have some, and I saw this old photo album. It's great.
Yes, it was up in the attic. I remember there was a picture of my father I was particularly fond of that I wanted to include in the 50th anniversary edition. It's that one.
Oh, yes, he's very handsome, isn't he?
Yes, I certainly think so.
You know what fascinated me about this, Vicky? There's so many pictures of my mother in here. Like this one. Wait with me. Here. She looked good in the bathing suit, didn't she?
Yes, she did. I took that. My father had given me a camera that summer. It was a time when I wanted to be a professional photographer.
Did you take this one, too?
Yeah, I think so.
Who's the man my mother's with?
I don't know.
You mean you don't want to tell me who it is?
Tina, for heaven's sakes. Why are you so absorbed in all of this?
Wouldn't you be absorbed if you didn't know who your father was?
But certainly not to the exclusion of everything else. I mean, you never go out at night. You never see any of your friends. Surely you must have met some nice men since you got here.
What is this, the Victoria Buchanan dating service?
I'm just concerned that you're bogging yourself down in all this very depressing business.
Well, it's not going to be depressing if I find the answer.
How can you be sure?
What's the problem?
No problem. I was just telling Tina I think she ought to get out more.
And I was just telling Vicky that I have more important things to do with my time. May I take this back to my room with me?
If you'd like to, yes.
Thank you. Good night. But,
Good night.
I'm glad your father's doing better.
Thank you. What's the matter?
The matter?
Well, yes, you were snapping at Tina just now. Is she getting under your skin?
Oh, darling, I'm sorry. I don't know. It's just that she's so self-involved.
Meaning what?
Just that. She's self-involved. She hardly even mentioned Asa. I don't think she cares if he's all right or not. And certainly not a mention of Becky. I know that she didn't love her as much as the rest of us did.
That's probably all it is. Plus a little immaturity and self-centeredness. But look, if you want her out of here, just say the word.
No, of course not. I can cope. Oh, I tell you what, let's go to bed. I'm really tired, okay?
What are you just standing there for? Why don't you help me?
What are you doing? These are my things.
You don't understand. You've now always had a father. You're so smug and so secure.
Stop it! Just stop it! Stop it! Stop it!
Why? Why should I stop it? Why won't you help me find my father? Why won't you help me find my father? Why won't you help me find my father? Why won't you help me find my father?
What are you doing?
Setting off the alarm clock.
You were up?
No.
Up? No problem.